The New York Times spoke to the top Republican donors, and they got a sense of the plan going forward for the 2016 election. They say, quote, "Dozens of the Republican Party's leading presidential donors and fundraisers have begun privately discussing how to clear the field for a single establishment candidate," their words, by the way, "to carry the party's banner in 2016, fearing that a prolonged primary would bolster Hillary Clinton, the likely Democratic candidate." Excuse me. So the goal is, let's all back the same person, because these guys put together have billions of dollars, and let's make the primary quick and get to the general election. And also, they literally want to shorten the primary season and limit the number of debates. Now, why do they want to do that? Because they see what happens when the debates go on and on. Whether it's in 2007 and 2008 with like a bunch of the Republican candidates go, "I don't believe in evolution. I hate science. This guy right here, don't like science." Who was it? Mike Huckabee, Tom Tancredo, and a bunch of other ones. I think Duncan Hunter, the dad, not the younger one. They're both in politics. So they realize, oh, wow, when we have long debates and a bunch of debates, you have clowns like Rick Santorum exposing how stupid they are and how they want the Christian version of Saudi Arabia in America. You have idiots like Newt Gingrich continuing to be a blowhard to the point where everybody goes, "I fucking hate this guy." You have Mitt Romney contradicting himself 9,312 times. So what do they want to do? They want to all get behind one candidate, bolster that candidate up with a tremendous amount of money, and shorten the season and make it so that there's not enough debates where they're going to screw themselves. That's also, it's really interesting and really telling because they're kind of admitting that our democracy is a farce. Because look at what they're saying. Well, if we all get behind one candidate and give that candidate all the money, you know what's going to happen? That candidate is going to win. So they're saying they can buy our government, essentially. And also, let me ask you, who do you think that Republican candidate that they pick is going to listen to? You think they're really going to listen to average Joe conservative in Tennessee or Tuscaloosa, Alabama? No, not at all. They're going to listen to the donors, obviously, to all the billionaires, all the people that gave them cash. So, who do these guys have in mind? Best part of the story. Chris Christie, Jeb Bush, or Mitt Romney. Those are the people that the establishment wants to line up behind. Oh God, it shows you how intellectually bankrupt they are and how they just want a puppet. That's what they want. They know that if they put Mitt Romney, a.k.a. Thurston Howell III 2.0 in office, he's just going to listen to them and he's going to not have any original thought of his own whatsoever. They know if they put in Jeb Bush, oh, the good old Bush family always listens to us, let's put them in there. So they know how he'll react. They know how Chris Christie will react. Chris Christie's been falsely sold as a maverick, a shoot from the hip, tell it like it is guy. But the thing that they don't tell you is that whenever he pretends like he's shooting from the hip, he's lying to you. And we've given you multiple examples and demonstrated that on the show. Like when he talks about how the Hurricane Sandy response was good. Meanwhile, they're sitting on millions and millions and millions of dollars for rebuilding. And the way they allocated the FEMA money, he gave it to the people who did political favors for him. So some areas that were more devastated by Sandy have gotten no money or have gotten less money than other areas more inland that don't have that much damage, but they're buddies with Chris Christie. He also gave parts of the building from 9/11 as a political gift to people, never mind the whole bridge scandal. There's so many things that he did. I mean, he destroyed the state government in New Jersey. He's given away tax breaks to corporations like nobody's business. At the same time, he's cutting pensions and social services. So these guys will all do nothing but listen to the donors. So the establishment is saying one of those guys we are going to pick. What's going to be interesting is to see what kind of a response you get from Ted Cruz, who everybody knows he's had a hard-on to be the president since he was a fetus. What happens with Rand Paul, for example? What happens with other candidates who might throw a wrench into the way that this is going to work? Because, look, I'll tell you one thing. We know that money runs our democracy, but the three people that they picked that are in the running to be the main establishment candidate, they couldn't have picked more unpopular, more ridiculous people who don't have mass appeal. So they're kind of shooting themselves in the foot, and either way, this primary season is going to be interesting to watch.